Hello and welcome to another episode of Icebox Insiders. I'm Michael Schwab here with Jackson Adams, who's sporting a pretty nice goatee. Got a little Jack Sparrow going there. We're riding high after a no-hitter that was thrown on Monday, Memorial Day, and we're feeling pretty good about ourselves. Things are looking good. We're going to have a lot to talk about there. Before we get started, please subscribe to Icebox Insiders on Spotify, YouTube, Apple, all the fun things. Tell your grandma about us. Jackson, how are you feeling today?
Dude, dude, I oh my gosh, man. I mean, I could run around and scream right now. I'm having the time of my life. Best 4 days ever. The last 4 days. Absolutely
Yeah,
electric.
best 4 days for lots of different reasons for sure. Sweeping up the Cubs. Who thought that would happen? I think many people can think that, but I don't think they had a win at Wrigley Field since 2012 or 2013, something like
Yeah.
that. Which is not that insane because of the whole NL shift, and now you're playing every team this year, but that was awesome. They
Yeah.
sweep the Cubs. Hey, what else can happen? Then they go to Globe Life Field, Mimic Made Park, is like we have to call it. Looks just like Daikin. And throw a no-hitter against the Rangers. That's got to feel pretty good, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was happy as could be. I I had absolutely no idea that we had a no-hitter until about the 6th inning because I just assumed I was like, oh, Imai's on the mound. He gave up, a hard hit single somewhere in the mix. But then I hear it, and then I hear on the radio they say something like, "There's something brewing in Arlington," and I was like, "There's no way." I was like, "There's actually no way," and I got excited.
I think that's so funny about it is so many people I've talked to have said that they didn't know till about the 5th or 6th inning that it was a no-hitter, which, I
Yeah,
think seeing what happened with someone like Tatsuya Imai, who had a struggle of a year, even that first inning, everyone just thought,
yeah,
"Oh, we're back to it." Dude couldn't throw a strike. And then you get to the 6th inning and there's been no hits. And then
yeah,
all the reporters and everyone starts saying no hit. I'm like, "Don't you dare jinx this."
man. Well,
Um,
I had gotten. I'm usually a guy when I watch the games like if we lose a no hitter in the 3rd inning, I get pissed. Like if we haven't allowed no hits through like 7 batters, I'm like, oh my gosh, we might do it today. But I think it was special that no one really noticed because it made it so much better at the end. Whenever Alimber Santa came in and he absolutely dominated it. We're gonna talk about it, but it was a really special thing to watch.
it's so special. I think every no hitter is absolutely special for any team to watch, especially the Astros. And whoever says a combined no hitter doesn't count, yes, it does. A seven
Yeah,
inning no hitter does not count, in my opinion.
facts.
But
Shout out Madison Bumgarner. Uh,
sorry,
uh,
Mad. Sorry, Maddie.
that is the actual stupidest debate ever. And you know what's funny? The only people saying this are Rangers fans. I've
Always,
seen
always
countless
is.
Rangers fans in the comment sections talking about combined no hitters don't count. Combined no hitters don't count. It's like, dude, are we serious? Like, the guy just went out there. You got no hit. Just say you're sad. It's okay. You know what I mean? I haven't seen the Astros get no hit ever, so I can live happy with myself knowing that that's never happened in my lifetime.
I think that's the thing too, is that there's always something that happens on the other side when, okay, your team just got no hit. Where excuses are they going to flow from? What are they going to say? What's going to be kind of that it didn't count mindset? And so right now
Yeah.
it's the Rangers fan saying, "Oh, the lineup's not good. Everyone was injured." Well, okay, the Astros are more injured actually, but yeah, whatever it is, minor league roster looking type of lineup, a no hitter's a no hitter. It's a very
Yeah.
hard thing to do. The Astros have had 18 no hitters since 1962. They
Not
lead
including the World Series.
not well. No, that does include the World Series. That's
Oh,
18
it
total.
does? Oh, okay,
Yeah, so
okay.
18 no hitters across the board, including the World Series. 5 of those combined. They've
Wow.
lead that since 1962, which they came into the league during that time. The second team's the Dodgers at 13.
Mhm.
The third team is the Angels, and 4 of those were by Nolan Ryan. So there you go. He's got some of those with the Astros too. But it's not just a feat that anyone can do. There's 9 innings to do it. And here's the other thing. This was away. This
Yeah.
is not like at home. The Rangers had a 9th inning, the bottom of the 9th, to be able to try to do something, and they still couldn't. I
Yeah.
just think that's what's so special about it.
Well, I think there were more Astros fans than Rangers fans there. So,
Well, of course.
yeah,
It's their second
always,
home.
always, yeah. But I don't know. It's also funny to me. I mean, you just got no hit by 2026 Tatsuya Imai. You know what I mean? Like there was the guy went into the game with a 7.8 ERA, I think it was, which I don't think is indicative of how he's pitched. He had a really good game versus the A's, and then he's had some splashes where it's like, yeah, this guy's starting to look better. He's still adjusting, but Rangers fans don't really know what they're talking about a lot of the time, so they kind of just see that this guy's got a high ERA, and it definitely kills their ego a little bit. They're definitely pissed. They're definitely mad about it.
I also think this is a team and a group of fans where maybe 1 to 2% of it care about the Rangers, and the rest are just a bunch of Cowboys fans who are riding high from their fake World Series in 2023 where they beat the Diamondbacks. It's just like it's one of those situations where it's like it's a lot of people who want to get excited and they don't know much about this team, and that's okay. They can have whatever they feel about it. But back to the actual no-hitter itself, it's pretty awesome. My question is this indicative of who Imai can actually be, or did he just have a good game? My first inclination is to say that, hey, this is, I think, who the Astros signed, and this is who they want. And it's good to see someone like him pull it together where he could not figure it out in the first inning. The biggest problem that I saw is just he's scared of the strike zone. He's scared of the major league strike zone. And then he calmed down. Josh Miller calmed him down. And I think that's a good sign. So maybe going forward, he's had 2 good starts, a great start considering this one, that maybe he can pull this together.
I don't think what we saw yesterday is who Tatsuya Imai is. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. He had 2 strikeouts. He struck out 2 hitters. And this guy is not going to tend to be a guy. Once he starts getting the ball in the zone and he actually gets command of what he wants, you're going to see the pitch count come way lower and you're going to see the innings go way up. And this guy is only going to get better. I think yesterday was a combination of because look, let's be real. This isn't a dig, but to have a no-hitter, you got to have some luck. You know what I mean? The defense was absolutely stellar yesterday. Jeremy Pena made 2 incredible plays on the infield to keep the no-hitter alive, and it's stuff like that you see. Tatsuya Imai's ground ball rate is through the roof right now. He is getting ground balls at the wazoo when he's usually a strikeout guy followed by pop-ups. He doesn't really get a lot of ground balls because he doesn't have a lot of downward movement. So he is going to start to generate more strikeouts the more that people see him. This is only a second start back from the IL. So people don't really have a lot of film on him. They don't really have a lot to look at on him. So I think you will start to see the strikeouts go up. He'll start to use his fastball a lot more because I don't know. Do you have the percentages for how much he threw his pitches?
Yeah, he did 49% four seam, 46 slider, and then he threw in 4 sinkers, which to me is always funny because he could have thrown those 4. They also could have just misclassified some things, but yeah, he's throwing 3 pitches, 2 only. He's also still not even throwing his splitter or changeup, and so this is a player who's scared to dial it in. His spin rate's much lower than it should be, and I think a part of that too is like his full mindset is I got to get the zone, and so he's dialing it back on his fastball, like average.
I saw one of his fastballs at 91 yesterday. I was like, what the heck?
This is someone who's trying to get that ball in there. So if he feels confidence and we're by like All-Star break and he's like, oh, I'm dialed in, then we'll start seeing more pitches. So yeah, only 6 whiffs, which is fine.
Yeah.
But he's not trying to get the strikeout. He's trying to get the out. So that was
He
step
did
one. You
throw
got the outs.
he threw one slider yesterday to strike out Osuna, and it was disgusting. I mean, it was nasty. It was to end the fourth, I'm pretty sure. And it dove right out of the zone. And it's the backwards slider. Like it's literally the pitch that they've been talking about this whole time. If he can get confident, man, the Houston Astros have something. Because I've been telling people once Hunter Brown gets back, dude, it's Spencer Getty and Hunter Brown might be one of the best duos in baseball on the mound. And if you can have a good 3, 4, 5 right there behind him, this team could be something special.
Well, I think that's something so good to talk about with someone like Spencer is just like, okay, Spencer has 6 wins and 1 loss and out of 7 starts.
Dude.
And what that says to me is that like, okay, when Spencer's going to start, there's a 90% chance he's going to win it. So you at least have that penciled in. When Hunter Brown comes in, there's an 80 to 90% chance that he's going to win it as well. And so those are 2 wins that you can count on. And so now you're not banking everything on those series that you have to win that series. Hey, at least you got 2 guys that are going to win it.
Yeah.
Those are like the beautiful things about it. You've been missing that. And so now you got guys like Imai who don't have to worry so much. I have to win this game. No, I just got to throw a strike. Just got to throw a strike.
Exactly.
So that's
and Burrows. It'll be the biggest impact on Mike Burrows.
It's going to help him the most. And it's almost like lineup construction. So like Pena coming back brought you your leadoff hitter back. He's going to get on base most of the time. That's immediately going to help someone like Jordan, who is such a pivotal piece to that lineup. And so like, oh, okay, we throw a no-hitter yesterday. Huge deal. But also scored 9 runs.
Yeah.
That's like the most complete game you can have.
Yeah. Especially playing the Rangers, which makes it more complete because we beat the Rangers, which always feels good. You
always feels good. If any day ends with Y and beating the Rangers, it's the same thing. Always good. Yeah, it's a good thing.
I think that this team, we really saw the quote unquote small ball Astros come out yesterday, which is gonna have to be something that this team was really built. If you go back and think about it, you think about 21 and 22 and 23, these offenses that made it deep into the playoffs, that made it far, right? It was like, first of all, no lead was ever safe. A 2-0 deficit was nothing. A 4-0 deficit was nothing until it got to like the 6 to 7 run range. The Astros were like, yeah, we could chip away at this. We could win this game because they trusted the pitching and the offense could do damage. But those teams all did one thing the same, and it was they got on base, they punished you with singles and doubles, and then they let the guys that could hit for power come up and do the freaking job. And that's exactly what happened yesterday. You get an RBI sac fly in the first to make it 1-0. Then Jordan comes up. It's a solo shot. Then you get this big 7th inning where you get a single, you get a hit by pitch, and then you get a 3-run homer from Christian Walker, which is just the cherry on top. It feels so good to have Walker come in and step up and be the guy, which leads us into, I guess, the next point. Christian Walker, dude.
Christian Walker. I feel like if anyone is having himself a told you so moment, it's Christian Walker. I've loved him since the Astros signed him. I've had conversations with people who've been in dugouts with him, say he's the best. And to me, I'm seeing several things. I'm seeing someone who probably had an oblique issue last year. I'm seeing someone who just moved to a brand new league and how hard that is to go from the NL to the AL. And so, we're seeing who he is as a person, but this is different though. Here's what's different about Christian this year. He's not playing like he did in years past where he's just mashing the ball and striking out. He, for most of his career, has been like a 225, 230, 240 hitter and then crushed it. He's batting 265 this year, which is ticks above his normal self. 249 is his regular self. And that's with a little slump that he had. I mean, this is the type of player that they wanted, and now they're getting it with him. And you're getting gold glove defense. Let's not phrase it that.
Yeah.
Just finished about Christian Walker. 3, 2, 1. And you just talk about. I just said that he Gold Glove defense.
Yeah. Yeah. And Christian Walker has just absolutely, I think, because we talked about it on the last episode that we made, that Christian Walker is going to have to be a guy that steps up for this team. And I am an absolute sucker for passion. Like, I love when a guy is out there. Like, Christian Walker gets fired up in the 6th inning in a 1-2 game and like in a 2-1 lead. You know what I mean? It's stuff like that that means the most to me, because Jeremy Pena made that play with the freaking scorcher up the middle that it was a, saved a hit from Imai and threw it over and got the out. And Christian Walker was fired up after that play. And it's stuff like that when he like points the glove and he like yells at the guy. I love that so much. It's incredible to watch because the guys around him love it. The guys around him love it more than he loves it, because it shows like, hey man, I am so freaking proud of you right now. Let's go. Like way to make a play, way to save that. And that means a lot to the guys. I'm 100% sure.
100% makes sense. I mean, like, and I think what Christian has shown is like, yo, I got your back. There are some players that when they throw it and you're like, well, let's see where it goes, he's going to get it. And he's nabbed so many people, especially some people running down the baseline. Osuna yesterday, so fast. Like, Shoemake threw this ball and I'm like, oh, is it going to get there? And Christian Walker was right there. I just feel like those are the things that you just don't consider when you have a good player like that. So I'm happy for what he's doing. You've nailed it. Like, he is a leader in the dugout and on the field. You can totally see it. So I love that. I like what he's doing from all around every aspect of that. Jordan, of course, is amazing. Nick Allen stepping it up.
Big time.
And Paredes is starting to do much better too, which is what the hope was all along.
Okay, so I wanted to talk about this because I'm a little upset at myself for thinking this way. So over this stretch, it obviously was not good for my mental health because the team was so terrible. It's like the worst. It was the worst baseball I've seen in over a decade. So
it was hard to watch.
Yes, it was terrible. And I genuinely sat back and I started to have thoughts just like, hey, should the Astros sell? Well, like if they sell, what would this look like? Because you've got expiring contracts with Jeremy Pena, with Hunter Brown. You could trade Isak, you could trade Walker, you could trade Hader, you could trade Abreu, you could trade plenty of guys that you have on your roster right now. And I think yesterday's win sucked me right out of that and completely changed my mind. Like, hey, these guys just need the chance. But it really makes me start to wonder, like, what would selling look like? I mean, because I don't want to trade Pena. You know what I mean? I don't want to trade any of these guys, but Schwabi, just as well as I do, the Yordan Alvarez San Diego Padre debate is like the craziest thing on Twitter right now.
Go away. Yeah.
Man,
so
it is crazy over there. I don't know what they're thinking.
I think here's the funny thing about the whole selling mindset is, and this is where people need to realize, like, baseball is not basketball or football.
Yeah.
When you sell, you're not selling to get like this amazing player that's going to help you down the road, like next year and everything. You're mostly getting rid of contracts and you're getting prospects.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. And so, who are people that would be good options to sell if it were to actually happen? Okay. Well, first off, anyone who's got a large contract is going to be hard to sell. That's just how it is. But, Christian Walker, he's a free agent in 2028. So they have 2 years of that. He's now showing that would be a good person to sell. Jordan's a free agent in 2029, but he is a player who is defining of any team, and you don't want to see him anywhere else. Don't see that happening. Josh Hader is a free agent in 2029. That could be a good sell there. Imai, you could try to get something off that.
Yeah.
Paredes. Jeremy Pena is a free agent in 2028. So these are all different people that you could sell, but what you're getting for these guys are top level prospects that don't help you next year.
Or the
Maybe
year
you can
after.
get a reliever or starter out of it, but you're mostly getting prospects that you can trade down the road for another player. That's it. To me, I'm not like a sell the farm. It doesn't do
Yeah.
much for me.
Dude,
You know?
do you know, like seriously, just how much we could get for Jordan Alvarez? Like, I'm not entertaining it. It's not going to happen. And if it ever happened, burn the franchise to the ground. But I I was thinking about it. The Padres gave away Leo DeVries and like two other top 10 prospects for Mason Miller. The Houston Astros could get a team's top 5 prospects and a couple other guys just for Jordan Alvarez. Like, the things that he brings to a team, if you send him to like, I don't even know. I don't even know who could even pay a price like that. If you send him to like the Brewers, right? You could have you would have the best farm system in baseball overnight, and it'd be insane. But obviously you can't do that. It's a stupid debate. The Astros can't trade Jordan Alvarez because he's the best hitter in
But
baseball.
yeah, but I mean, like, okay, look at the Nats
Yeah.
trading Soto. All right, they got CJ Abrams, Mackenzie Gore, great pitcher.
Mhm.
Robert Hassel, Yarlin
Yeah.
Susana, Luke Voigt. All right. So this
They didn't
these
get
are
James Wood.
wait. James Wood.
Okay. Yeah.
As well as James Wood. Okay, so you got solid players out of it, incredible players.
Mhm.
Are the Nats are looking good. It took some time to build from that. When
Yeah.
was that? 2022.
Yes.
I don't know if people realize this, that when you do that, when you lose a major player like that, you're punting many years down the road.
Right.
And that is always the best mindset, to never try to sell or sell little pieces if you don't have to. And
Right.
so, like, in this whole circumstance where you're like, are we sellers or losers? Right now, yesterday, even before the game, I'm like, gosh, what do you do? Well, the AL West is a disaster, and the whole AL is a disaster. All right, you're 7 games below 500, yet you're only 3.5 games back. Like,
Yeah.
what?
And
You're
2.5
2.5
games out
games
of a
from a
wild
wild
card.
card spot.
Yeah.
So those are the moments where you're like, what? It's not even worth even talking about it. You're technically a buyer right now. You need more starting pitching. Better.
Yeah.
You need more relievers. Like, those are the things where, like, you can build up. It's only May 27th when this podcast is being listened. There's so much time to do a thing. The Astros over. So, yeah, I mean, right now there's no even sense of even thinking about it. But I wouldn't sell anyone unless it's like an expiring contract over past next 2 seasons. That's
Right.
what it is to me. And you punt
See,
the season.
okay, so let's talk about this now. You're thinking about buying, because if you're not thinking about buying, throw the season away already. You know what I mean? Especially if you're the Houston Astros, especially. What names off the top of your head are you thinking the Astros should go get this starting pitcher?
I mean, Sandy Alcantara. I don't,
Yeah, he
you
yeah, he'd
know.
be how's he pitching right now?
Let's see. Let's take a look and see how Sandy's doing. He's
Because the
not
Marlins
injured.
are 3 games under.
Oh, Sandy's
4 ERA, 3 and
hey,
3.
better than most on this team right now.
Yeah. He gives you innings. So
Yeah.
I know he
That's
does that.
and also you never know. 290 BABIP. Some of that's onto him. His FIP's 372. His expected ERA 335. It's a good. He's a decent player that you could get. Who
Yeah.
would I get? List of ERAs on selling teams.
Hey, you already know the name I've told you before.
Which one?
Joe Ryan.
Is he even? He's hurt, right?
I don't think so.
I think Joe Ryan got hurt. You were like excited about him, and he got hurt.
No, dude, he went 6 innings and 1 earned run against us.
Oh, maybe he's okay. Well, maybe you get Joe Ryan.
Yeah. Yeah. He is Joe Ryan is let me just say, dude, that guy is he's nasty, man. He's
I would
something.
I would love to get Jose Soriano,
We could trade for
unless
Scoot
he's just
Ball.
having yeah. For
Little
next year, great idea.
little Randy Johnson.
Was it Waka or Wacha? Michael Wacha.
Michael Waka.
Michael Waka. He's doing great. That could be a name.
Mhm.
There's a bunch of names kind of standing out. Yeah, there's Joe Ryan, 3.02 ERA.
Yeah.
There's some
Dog.
names on there. That's the situations where step one, it's fun to talk. It's fun to talk this, but we got to get back to 500. So
Yeah.
let's actually go there. Like, how possible is that right now? Okay, May 27th, when people are listening to this, looking at the Astros schedule, they've got the Rangers. There's a game as we record. There's a game tonight. See how that goes. 2 more coming up. Got the Brewers, who are doing well. Then you got the Pirates, the A's, the Angels. I mean, I'm looking at June. You got Pirates, A's, Angels, Royals, Tigers,
Yeah.
Guardians, Blue Jays, who've been up and down, Tigers, Twins again. And it's a possibility that I've been hearing that Hunter, the go all along back by Detroit series, and that's June 15th through the 17th.
Yeah.
So Hunter could be back that series. That's a favorable June for Houston. I could see them getting back to 500 easily and above it, and even taking over the division by the end of June.
I don't want to share my opinion because every time I do, it seems to just go the other way. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. This team is very wishy-washy. You've got to be defined by winning these games. You can't play the whole season out trying to get the last wild card spot. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
when I look at across the league, I think that the Astros are better than the Rays. We showed that we're better than the Guardians when we went into their stadium and took 2 or 3. Right? We are a good baseball team. This team is a good baseball team. And everyone knows better than most that the Astros are the boys of summer. This is what we do every year, and we've gotten you've got to be able to. I'm going to get passionate about this. You've got to be able to look at April and look at May and look at all the BS and monarchy that happened and all this stuff that you went through and all the injuries and all the trouble and all the managerial stuff that happened and everything that you were just confused with, right? Joe Espada, your team's won 4 games in a row. You're doing a good job. The bullpen management has been incredible the last 4 games against the Cubs and then 1 against the Rangers. Let's look at this team and say, we can win it all. Let's turn around and go win these games in June. Like, you have nothing stopping you because you've already played the Yankees this season. You don't have to worry about them anymore. You've already played the Dodgers this season. They're not a trouble anymore. The AL is the weakest it's ever been. You could win your next 15 games and you could be first. You could be first in the division and second seed in the AL because of just how bad these teams are. So focus.
Yeah. They have to focus. They have to. I mean, it's been the pitching all along. It kicked off so great, and the start of the season kicked off so good, and then the pitching tanked because of the starting pitching. And now the starting pitching is starting to turn around. Like, it's noticeable.
Yeah,
and that's the thing.
You've got Kaiwei Tang. You have Kaiwei Tang going 6 shutty for you. 6 shutout innings versus the Cubs in Wrigley. That's not something you're going to get every day. We won that game, which is good. But it's stuff like that, man. These guys, these pitchers, right? They've finally shaken the rust off and they're ready to give the team all that they've got. So give it back to them on the offense.
Well, and I don't want to talk about it, but I do. you know it's coming. But all right, for May, 3.71 ERA of team ERA. All right. What about starting pitching? 3.65. What about your relievers? 3.78. It's right exactly where you need to be. What's the biggest change that happened in May? Some people came back from injury, but what happened?
Someone got injured.
Someone got injured. So Yainer Diaz last game was May 3rd. Since then, it's been Vasquez and Salazar on the mound. It's turned around. It's definitely turned around. I'm just asking questions. These are what people like to say. Like, I'm asking questions. Christian Vasquez as a catcher, 4.35 ERA. That includes a bad April. I need to figure out what that looks like for May. But Yainer Diaz, 5.66. So already I'm seeing, is this catcher change been the drastic change for the Astros pitchers? Very possible. Already from a framing standpoint, Vasquez is better. They both have pretty similar pop time, but Vasquez is throwing people out. But pick selection is looking good. A lot of people gave a lot of issues with Maldi back in 2022, but he was a difference maker. Now you're
Yeah.
seeing a veteran pitcher like Vasquez catching, and everyone's performing better on the mound. Is it a coincidence or not? Are we seeing something? Causation versus correlation? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, I think I mean, so I me and Schwab talked about this before we really hopped on. I think Christian Vasquez is like a genius of the game. And I think it just makes it all the more better that he is doing so good with the bat. I think the bat is just where it needs to be. But specifically on defense, Christian Vasquez, he mixes pitches so well. So like
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but I know that it's similar. Whenever Yainer calls the pitches or whoever's calling the pitches, I know that Yainer is out there and they still get the same percentages as Vasquez is getting post game. So, like, whether it be 28% fastball, 30% slide, whatever it may be, they get those same numbers after the game's finished. But the way that they use those pitches and when they use them is the difference maker. It's the difference between throwing a fastball on a 1-1 count and throwing a backdoor curveball in a 1-1 count. You know what I mean? And that's what makes all the difference. Vasquez is up there and he truly understands the game on a level of this guy's looking for this pitch right now, so we're not going to throw that to him. And then Yainer, I think, has just been in this weird spot to where he's still growing. Like he's still trying to get to where he could get as a catcher because you're not going to be in the MLB as a catcher if you're stupid. Let's just be real. Yiner's not a dumb guy. He knows what he's doing up there, but it's just not fully thought out to the extent that Vasquez has it. And that's the difference maker that makes it to where it's like Vasquez truly understands the game. And it's like Maldi. It's like Maldi was doing. You could go back to 2022. This guy lived in the film room. Martin Maldonado did nothing but study baseball. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why we won baseball games.
Well, it's something about these Puerto Rican catchers. It's
Dude.
just like, man, Vasquez,
Yadier Molina.
Maldi, Molina. It's something where like it's this rite of passage to where you have years and years of knowing the game so well. It's a feel. It's something about it. And like, man, I joke and say that Vazzy's all vibes, but he is. He's got such a great sense to himself. He brought the hombrero to the team, all those things, but he makes
Rip.
every I know it's got to come back. Bring back the hombrero, but it's even the things that's just like his framing. I look at little things like I'm looking on Savant, and it's small things. It's like this is your called strike percentage. All right, 100% of any called strike that happens 3 to 4 inches inside the zone, Vazzy gets it 100%. Yainer gets it 99%. It needs to be at 100. That is 3 to 4 inches inside the zone.
Right.
It drastically drops. Once you get to 0 to 1 inches inside the zone, Vasquez is at 71%. Yainer's at 64. Now you're getting to 0 to 1 inches outside the zone. Well, Vazzy's getting those 33% of the time called. only a quarter for Yiner. So those are small margins, but they drop drastically. So those are those things when you're looking at it from a, is he calling the right pitches like you talked about?
Yeah.
Is he calling them the right time? Is he not just calling right pitches, but is he catching those and framing at a rate that's going to make those pitchers do well? He's
Yep.
showing that. Now, here's the thing back to your pitch calling. And this is something someone's talked to me about before, many people from teams, coaches, blah, blah, blah. It's not so much your plan as a catcher when you go out there, because you've got a plan that your coaches help you with. It's the decisions you make when you're during the game. And how much is Vazzy being called off? Probably not. He knows
Yeah.
exactly this is the pitch you need to make, and it's working.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it stands out.
And that's what Maldi did so well. This guy, Maldonado, would go out there and tell Justin Verlander, we're throwing this pitch right here. You know what I
Right.
mean? And
Right.
that's what makes it's feel. That's what it is. It's feel for the game. It's understanding for the game and understanding like, hey, this guy's super late on the fastball. We probably shouldn't throw him a change up in the same tunnel. You know what I mean? Because it's not really going to end well. And we saw that happen. I told Schwabi this because as high as I am on Vasquez, I do think there are some times where it's like a little bit too thought out. He's trying to be a little bit too tricky, and the batter isn't that caught up. So the trickery is almost like trying to trick a 2-year-old. They don't know anything. They're not thinking that far ahead. So you're basically just you're shooting yourself in the foot. The one example I use the most is the Mike Burrows at bats versus Josh Naylor. You throw a fastball and then you throw a changeup in the same tunnel after he was late on the fastball. So he's on time with the changeup and he hits at 450 feet to dead center field. And it's just not a good idea. I understand the location wasn't right, but it still just isn't a smart idea to really do stuff like that there. Vasquez has since learned, hence why we have a 3.7 team ERA since he's taken over full catcher duties. But he, he's a great catcher back there, and he's helping the team more than anyone's giving him credit for.
Yeah, no one's going to overthink anything more and doubt themselves more than a pitcher. That's why they need great catchers. That's at the end of the day, they will always doubt themselves. So I do think there is some correlation with Vasquez catching. What's that look like when Yiner comes back? I don't want him to start because of that. And I don't want to speak against him. I just feel like they've got such a good thing with Christian Vasquez. I hope that the team knows that. I hope Espada sees that too. That, maybe Yiner's supposed to be a DH or a first baseman and can play some catcher, but right now you've got a good thing. Don't mess it up. So those are the good signs with that. Here's what I want to ask you. The Astros are 24-31. It's May 27th. They've got the Rangers, Brewers, and then you got June. Where are they at the end of June? What's your prediction? What do they look like?
Man, I don't know. I think June's a good month. You play the A's, who are leading the division. You play the Angels. You play the Tigers. You play the Twins to end the month. Play the Royals. I think this team has what it takes to go and do something really special. We've seen them back-to-back years, 24 and 25, have impeccable Junes. Could they do it 3 years in a row? Probably. But it's not going to be easy. And I think that's what needs to be stressed. Like this offense, I get in a weird spot because I don't want them to fire on all cylinders in June, but you put yourself in a position where you have to. You have to fire on all cylinders in June.
Have to.
Like
you have to.
You've got to go out there. And what I want is for us to win all 30 games. That's what I want us to do. I want us to go 30-0 in June, and I don't even have to stress about it because we'll be 20 games over 500, and then it's not a conversation, and we're already in the playoffs. That's what I want us to do. But I could also see this team, for some reason, hitting a weird offensive slump, and then the pitching being absolutely freaking incredible, and then we split the month. And then we're sitting here having conversations, once a week, and it's like, where'd this offense go? Because you're without Altuve, you're without Correa, and then the offensive production in the outfield is in the weirdest spot ever. So I need this team to prove it to me. I'm not gonna give a prediction. We'll just talk week by week, and then
You're not going to give a prediction.
okay. All right.
Okay.
We're going 30 and 0. We're going 30 and 0 in June.
They're not even playing 30 games in June. That's fine. It's fine.
We're gonna find a way. Okay, actually, serious prediction. How many games do we play in June?
I say 30 days in May. There's 3 games off. So what is that? 27 games?
27 games? Okay. Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. 22 and 5.
22 and 5. 22 and 5. Okay.
That's my prediction.
I like that prediction. I actually like the prediction too about how the offense is not going to step up as much. I could see that. I would like the pitching to take over. I think Hunter Brown comes back. Detroit series 15th through 17th in June. Hader, I bet you. Let's see.
He'll be back in like.
I bet you Hader's back next. I bet he's back next week.
Yeah.
I bet he's back versus the Pirates at home or the A's.
Oh my gosh, that's going to be a series.
Right?
That is defining right there because that Pirates team is good.
Yeah, they've been good. They've been good. And the A's too are so scrappy. That is the thing I want to see is I want to see the Astros sweep the A's.
Oh.
Because
or the Brewers. A Brewers sweep would be nice.
Brewers too, but like I'm more just I can't let the A's keep doing these stupid things they do to the Astros at Daikin.
Yeah.
It's got to be a situation where every game matters, and it does seem like every player's serious right now.
Yeah.
Joe Espada is serious. Everyone's serious on that team. It's just gotta win. So I'm with you. Go crazy in June. 22 and 5 is what you're saying. I'm going to give them 20 and 7.
Okay.
And at that point,
we'd be over 500.
You've got yourself 20 wins, 22 wins. That gets you at like 46 wins on the season. You're going to be way over 500, leading the division by end of June. That's both of our predictions is lead the division by end of June, and then you're in a good spot.
What does July look like?
We're
looking way into the future.
Twins. First off, in all of July, every Thursday's off. Hilarious.
Okay.
You got the Rays at home. Then you're in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Then you're in Globe Life again right before the All-Star break.
Okay.
You got the Baltimore at home. You got the Marlins at home. Then you go to Chicago for the White Sox. Then you go to California for the Angels. And then the end of the month, start a series versus the Rangers.
You could win so many games in the next 2 months.
It's serious.
So many games.
It's serious.
And the thing that makes it better, and this is why I think, just to compare us to other teams right now that we're slumping and teams of the past, when a team starts off slow, there's a stretch of games that comes up at the perfect time, and it gives you the opportunity to define your season. You look at the 2019 Nationals, right? You look at the Phillies this season, who were in the slumps. They were terrible a month ago, and now they're 500 at 27 and 27. So all these teams, your schedule gives you a chance. And the Astros have a 2-month-long chance where they splash in the Rays, who are the best team in baseball right now. They splash in the Brewers. They splash in the Pirates. They're giving you an opportunity to go, look, even though we're playing so many bad teams, we can go in and we can beat these good teams too. And you've got to take advantage of that. You have to. You've got to take advantage against these bad teams and take advantage versus these good teams and show the world, hey, we're the Houston Astros. We're going to go win this thing again this season, and we're going to run it back and, hopefully get a good name at the deadline.
Yeah, I think that's the thing about it is that, like, with this team, the Astros, they've underperformed in every aspect, in every category across the board. Nothing's worked in their advantage. And it's not just injuries. It's kind of everything. But now things are looking better. So what I really want to see is it's one of those situations where it's like you mentioned, when something's favorable in your advantage, if you're like on a run, if you're like in a marathon and you're at the back. You're at the point of that thing where it's like, this is going to be the best part. You better take advantage of it. This is the only time that they can do it. Okay. They're 12-14 at home, which is okay. They used to be horrible at home. They got to do something about that. They're 12-17 on the road. They need to take advantage of every home game. They're 10-8 in 2-run games. Need to take advantage of every little aspect that they can. I just want to see that this team is serious about anything they can. And so June and July is their time. That's it. June and July is it. So I think we've got a recipe for this team to do well. They've got they got the rest of this series with Rangers, June and July. You know, let's see what happens, right?
Dude. I want nothing more. I want nothing more than for this team to prove people wrong.
Prove ourselves wrong too.
Yeah,
Prove
I just
literally
see,
even fans wrong.
I just want to see Tatsuya Imai throw a no-hitter versus the Dodgers in October, and I will be a very happy man.
Write it down. Write that down.
I'll write it. I got a whiteboard right here. I'm going to write it down and circle it.
And we've got that believe right behind you too. Hey, listen, I'm rewatching Ted Lasso right now, and I'm wondering if it has any correlation.
Dude, of course. Of course, dude.
Gotta believe.
Ted Lasso, come on, man. I have one above my bedroom door. I tap it every single time I start my day. Believe, baby. Let's go. This Astros team, they're going to prove every single one of you wrong. We're coming, Dodgers. We're coming. We're going to end this. We're going to end this.
This is it. And this is the year that everything happens. Man, well, I think that's a good thing to wrap on there. I'm feeling hopium up to the max.
Yes.
So thank you, Jackson, for another time to record. Sorry for the hiatus, everyone. We were feeling weird, but we're feeling good again. We can get back on schedule. This is the Icebox Insiders. Thanks for listening. Yes.
Oh my gosh. What the heck?
If you're watching on the stream, Jackson just had fireworks all around him. So we're feeling good. We're feeling good. So share this with your friends. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Go Astros. Awesome. Let's kill out.